What's up, everybody? Welcome
Hey,
back to an episode of A Who All Gonna Be There podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat.
shout out to Kiki.
Shout out to Kiki. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Reese.
Shout out to OGs.
To the LNC inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
How are y'all feeling today?
Shoot.
Our LLC though, not that other one.
Yeah, y'all know it's Teresa's birthday month. So you know what? It has to be going well.
Literally.
Countdown to my birthday.
Hey.
It is on Sunday. Don't forget. And you know what's crazy? March is a busy month for me because yesterday was my anniversary. Ooh, yeah.
Hey.
So my man be spending a lot of money in March.
He got Ryan's birthday, your anniversary, your birthday.
Literally. He has like one free weekend, like in March. One.
Truly.
Well, it better be this weekend because it's March Madness, y'all. I'm sorry. It's my time. It's time for exclusive basketballness coming up. Oh, man. I love March Madness.
But you know what, Eli? So me and Steve met at college and we went to SFA. They're actually playing Duke on Friday. So we shall see. They will probably, yes, the girls.
Okay, yeah.
They will probably get their behinds handed to them. I don't know.
We'll see if they can keep it within 50. But shoot, we ain't a basketball podcast.
Who knows, right?
I was just ready to talk about some dang basketball. That's what he always talking about. What if I watch basketball while we talking? You're going to do it anyway. So why you even
that's just how I am.
Hey.
Because I'm going to do it.
Hey, let's move on. Not too much.
Josh, how are you? You quiet over there in the little corner.
You know me, I'm over here got quiet over here. I'm a little under the weather.
Okay.
Over here on my end, but I'm doing all right.
Okay.
Well, you need to get on top of the weather. Is what you need to be doing.
I don't know. Being on top of this is my forte nowadays, so right now.
Listen, I know that's right. Okay. Tired.
Feel that. So y'all know why we're here. We're here to talk about Survivor 48.
I almost forgot.
What you about to say, traitors?
No, I thought we was just, kicking the shit. I thought we just
it's out here vibing, going live to go live.
It's easy to do that when you got the group chat, the exclusive group chat.
It is. There you go.
We're running our mouth. But Survivor, y'all. So clearly we know Justin went home after that insane tribal council, right? And so they get back on the beach, Mary, Say, and Cedric. And, Cedric is talking to Say, like we got to go strong. We together in this. We got to, figure out a way forward. I'm so glad we working together. And then Say is kind of like, I'm grateful that Cedric saved me, but he put me in a position in the first place. So why am I grateful to somebody who put me in danger from the start?
Right.
And I'm like, right. So she like,
this was so obvious. It was so obvious that this was going to happen. You write down Say's name twice. Mm-hmm. She's obviously not going to be chill with it.
Yes, exactly, Miss Deborah. It was a great show tonight. I mean, the people, Survivor 48,
it ain't up. It is.
They are playing the game, okay? These new kids on the block are playing. And so we see clearly that there's going to be a split between Say and Cedric. Whether Cedric realizes it doesn't really seem like he does because we see later on he don't really see it. And then May and Sari.
May and Sari.
May and Mary. They start like, girl, why are we fighting each other? I mean, I respect you. I know when you game mode and I know when you genuine mode. And I feel like instead of wasting all our time going against each other and running after you, chasing after each other, why don't we work together?
Eric,
what have you been saying for the last 3 weeks?
Not even 3 weeks. We have said it for so many different shows. Like, do you know what would be crazy if you just did a little 180 and start working with the person that everybody think you hate? Now, of course, Jeff went and messed that up tonight, but we're gonna get.
Yeah,
but it was great.
I enjoyed it.
I'm not completely messed up because I'm gonna see what's playing. So if they end up making the merge, that could be something to look out for.
You true, because it could still work in the merge. You right.
Yeah.
Shoot, we saw it. We'll get to it, but we essentially saw this strategy work tonight. And this tribal, we hate each other.
Right. So they repair men fences. So we're excited. The duo everybody's been wanting to see come together has finally come together, but it's short-lived in terms of being on the same tribe because Jeff dropped them buffs. It's tribe swap time.
Yeah.
So they get the mixing and flipping and flopping and switching. And our new tribes are looking like, let's see, who's on.
I got you. So on purple, we got Mary, Charity, David, Eva, and Star. Even Star being the headliners there. On orange, we got Chrissy, Mitch, Cedric, Say, and Bianca. So we got 2 and 2 with Bianca being by herself. And then on green, we got the California girls and then Kyle and Camilla.
Yes. Interesting split up because we got, Kyle and Camilla being thrust into, up against 3 very close players from Loggy and Cheyenne and Thomas and Joe. Then you got David, who's the only guy on an all-girls tribe. And then you have, Camilla was the only girl on her tribe too. And then Star and Ava, they don't like each other. So it does no good to have an advantage of them being from the same tribe with the newcomers coming in. So it literally could go either way. Mary too.
No. Yeah, Mary got really lucky in this, man. I was nervous for her. But what got me was, I think the luckiest person is Star. Because what would have happened if she got put on a different tribe? Have people been talking about that? Because would she just be voteless until the merge? I don't know. I'm curious.
I think Josh said that last week she would until they got to the merge. I think.
Yeah.
So
now she has more time to go through it, and now no one on her tribe can help her because no one knows.
Anybody that come up on a Star, you might just need to quit because anytime there is something pointed at her,
ducking and dodging.
Listen, I'm saying, come on.
And speaking of Star, as soon as they got to their tribe, back to Loggy tribe, purple, Ava couldn't wait. She didn't even get to know nobody's name before she started talking about, let me tell y'all about Star. Let me tell y'all about her. She got this. We was all voting her out. She was going home if we would have went to tribal. She found the Byyyeee advantage. She ain't got no vote.
Was that David back there like? Was like, you doing too much, man.
My goodness.
That was crazy to spill that fast, though. Just like waiting for her to walk away, and then it's immediately flipped.
You don't even know their last names, and she already then spilled it. Like, girl, and she couldn't wait to tell us. I just don't work well with girls. Oh my God, none of my friends are girls.
We
know. Pick me.
Pick-a-Mia.
Pick-a-Mia has resurfaced.
Pick-a-Eva. Like
Pick-a-Eva.
Literally, she couldn't wait to get chose by David. The whole time.
But even then, I feel like her whole trying to pick me to David kind of backfired in her face slightly because he over here talking about I work better with men, and then David over here talking about how much he respects women, and now he naturally caters more toward women. It's like,
got it.
Yeah, look at you, Eva. Why don't you go and sit in that for a minute? Why don't you go and marinate in that for a moment?
That part. So I know she was like, dang it, he's a women lover. I was hoping for a misogynist.
Nah, for real.
Man, we need to Say and Eva on a tribe together. Because did Say also say that? Because I know she also said this episode she loves working with strong women as well. But I feel like early on, episode 1 or 2, Say was saying something like, "Oh yeah, I get along with guys better. We need the guys-girls alliance."
Say and Eva would not get along together. They would not.
Say would eat Eva up.
You think so?
I just think about where the season would be if Star and Say were in different tribes.
I wish if they switched tribes, they also switched to my draft team as well. That would have been nice. But
that would be an interesting dynamic for sure.
Shoot, say probably. I mean, that is an interesting thought because Say wouldn't be in this much danger.
Yes.
Or she wouldn't have went to tribal 3 times.
Honestly.
Right. So, and who knows how the relationship she would have built, right? And how that would have panned out. So who knows?
Right.
We'll never know. But then we go to Bianca on the Orange Tribe. And she's just trying to figure out where she fit in because she's like, I'm a loggy. I don't have a vote. So I need to choose between Cedric and Say or Chrissy and Mitch. And I need to figure out which side I'm going to go with. So she goes to Say and she kind of like, I'm feeling you and Cedric a little bit. I think I might want to ride with y'all. And Say was like, you might want to go feel Cedric out first before you commit to anything. Just go kind of get a vibe check.
What are your thoughts on that? Like, I don't know if you give a strong front to Bianca, then it's like, oh, we don't have any cracks. We're actually good. Do you think being that vulnerable? I don't know. It makes me think Bianca might choose the other side. And I know everyone's already talking and co-mingling.
You can't choose nothing without a vote.
That's a great point.
That's very true.
Point.
Oh, man. So it really doesn't even matter what Bianca wants at this point. So she tells her that. And so she was like, ooh, there are cracks. I can work with cracks, which everyone loves a good crack. We love to find the chinks in the armor, right? Mm-hmm. And so she does kind of see what's going on with Cedric a little bit. But then she's kind of like, I'm not supposed to work with Chrissy and Mitch. So I'm going to try to, I don't think we saw as much with her, with them, that too. At least I didn't see it. I probably missed it. So she has her work cut out for her, depending on what she want to do. But it don't really matter. It's
interesting to see the dynamic of Chrissy saying, oh, I haven't talked a lick of game with Mitch, but you know what? We'll be strong together. And Eva immediately just throwing start. That's like, that was just so funny to me to see the difference of, oh yeah, we'll just be tight because we know each other. Yeah. Eva said, nope, star, bye-bye.
That just shows you Eva not here to play the game. She don't know how to play the game because you don't trade in the devil for 3 devils you don't. That's just not what you do.
They might try to think, oh, Eva just a stick. She gonna flip on anybody if they get the chance. We need to take her out.
That's what I would see. That's how I see it. You spill like this, baby. We just got off the boat and you spilling already. And how we know you even telling the truth? This is your narrative.
Sure did, Rocks. We saw it.
Oh, why do you think that was about Say?
No, it was about. Well, we don't. Honestly, I can't remember if but I think she said. Did she say black girl with braids or something? I don't know. But either way,
a black girl and her braids. A black girl and her braids. Sorry,
you had to do it. So regardless if it was Say or Star, it was like it's clearly shown.
It was one of them.
Clearly,
whichever black woman it was, because Lord knows with Eva, she probably can't tell the difference between the two.
I was to say, what makes it terrible? Like, you ain't gotta like everybody, right?
Yeah.
But you don't know her name. You can't pull up the cast photo on your. You act like you went on the island with her, and then you went out your way to be like that one black girl, huh?
Irritating me, annoying me, but it's like you don't even know them yet. Like,
for that to be preseason, I don't know. It must be funny to see people from afar, and of course, everyone has their initial judgments.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So that happens. Then they flip us to Camilla, to the new
Vula.
First of all, not them walking in. Look, they walk to that little like the ghetto. Get us up out of here.
Man, Mary gave them that warning, and in my head, I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad.
It was basically a white refrigerator on that island.
Say was in the heaven on Siva, like, oh my gosh, y'all have clothes hangers, like stuff like that.
Food, assorted options of food. Y'all got couches, y'all got sweets, y'all got everything.
They barely even had a bed.
And they were just like, this is how y'all living? Like this? Ooh, I know. So yeah, they was getting toe up over there in Vula. But over here, listen, Camilla and Kyle. This duo shined all episode.
Listen, Teresa and Eric was eating it up, okay? You know what I said to myself? If me and Eric was on the same trial, this is how we would play.
That was us.
Like,
literally,
this is exactly how we would play. I mean, I don't even fool with Eric. I don't really know him like that. I mean, he cool, but I don't really mess with him like that. He on the bottom.
That Camilla was like, yeah, so because obviously looking at 3 Loggy members, they kind of like, so like, tell us about yourself, like what's going on your tribe. And she was like, I'm just gonna be honest, I was on the bottom and somebody else came to me and told me pretty much if we lost, it was gonna be between us 2, but most likely it's gonna be me. And here go Kyle, right on cue. Do you mind telling me who that person was? And she was like, Charity, like, yeah.
Real quick.
And he was like, yeah, we just haven't really had time to talk, but I mean, you were on the bottom. Is that really what it was? And Shaheen, they all fell for it because Shaheen was like, typically somebody would be like, no, you weren't on the bottom. It's not like that. He said, but Kyle was just kind of like, well, yeah, but we type thing. So
we ain't hate you.
Right. But you was going home. You were going home. And they didn't even have no script. They didn't have time to prepare. Just that connection. When you have that connection and that chemistry with another player, this is why it's important to find your person, because they did not get to playing this out. He just picked it up right away. And she just kept on with the lies. It was just tumbling out of her mouth.
Listen, this is exactly, go back. I'm about to pin it. I don't even know how to pin it, but I'm going to learn how to pin up a episode. We did a masterclass on how to lie, right?
Yes.
You always, listen, you got to have some truth in your lie, okay? Yep. You just got to change little things. That's why it was so easy for Camilla to lie. Because what they bonded, over where they're from, all this stuff. I mean, we had that in common, but we haven't really connected when they really did. Like, it's and everything is just smooth. And then cut to, I think it was David. He was just like, dang, they don't fool each other. Like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, they are eating this up.
They were eating it. Hook, line, and sinker. They believed it. What did y'all think about it? The lie and how they went, flowed.
That, like I said, perfectly being in sync. Once you find your person, you got connected. They got like telepathy. They say, pick up one and put them down. Like what they say, what's understood don't need to be explained.
Hello.
And that's exactly what they had.
And so it just went like it was just perfectly set. It was the trap was set right there. They didn't even know it. Shaheen, Thomas, and Joe didn't even realize it, but the trap was set and they walked smooth into it.
And it was their only chance too, for the fact that they were able to see their only chance of safety and execute it throughout the 1, 2, 3 days, however long they had to keep that charade. Man,
because they knew they wouldn't have time to be able to get away to talk to each other, because if they talking, that mean they close. And so they knew they had to stay away from each other. They really had to sell that they didn't know each other, didn't know much about each other, were on opposite sides of the game. Camilla at the bottom, Kyle probably somewhere in middle or top, and they bought it. Then we get sent back to Orange Siva trial. Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to just point out one more thing before we jump back over to them. Another reason that Camilla was over here, she gets I've never done this before, but she get my play of the episode for this week.
Woo! Let's go, Camilla! Congrats.
Not just that, she's also kind of trying to put some doubt on Thomas.
Yes.
But the journey, because at the last immunity challenge or whatever, she was on a sit-out bench, and she had a chance to kind of converse with Star a little bit about how the journeys had gone. And she revealed that, oh yeah, Mitch said that we didn't have a choice to play, and then Star said, well, Thomas said he had a choice and he chose not to. So she over here went and compared notes, and then she went and asked them, since they was all in a tribe together previously, the Cali Girls Alliance made up of all testosterone. She would have said, so how did he say that journey went? How did that go? Well, I know that Mitch came out and told us what his story was, told us the advantage he got, and told us that they didn't have a choice to play. They had to play.
I loved it.
So then I was gonna say, and then the boys went back and ran into Thomas, and he's like, "Oh my God, I don't trust Camilla." And I was like, "Why? She can't be trusted because she ratted you out?" And it was just.
I understand where Thomas is coming from. I'd be mad too. Somebody busted me out, but you can't let it show. Like you gotta be like, "What is she talking about?" Like she's delusional. Mitch was lying to her. That's all that was. Like she confused. She was on the bottom of a tribe, so why would she know the truth of what's really going on that tribe? Anyway, that's how he should just play it. I mean, he did miss a little bit of that.
And another sneaky thing, I could be mistaken, but Camilla lied about Mitch losing his vote, right? Camilla told the boys that Mitch lost his vote.
I think she did say that.
And so that might end up being a huge little thing if Mitch does end up going to tribal. I think their tribe will end up losing the competition. But the fake not having a vote or whatever, I thought that was interesting to see her kind of keep selling that lie. And man, she was lying this episode.
Because that protects Mitch too, because if he makes the merge, like nobody knows what extra powers or advantages are really out there, right? So that keeps them in the dark still about what's maybe out there. And if they make it back to merge, they can compare their little notes and be like, I kept you safe. They think this, X, Y, and Z, and they can move forward. So, but speaking of Mitch, him and Cedric had a little bonding moment. I thought it was really sweet because Cedric was like, oh, you know, I used to stutter too when I was little. It took a lot of effort, a lot of work to, you know, work on it. And I still get triggered sometimes based on the situation. And it was just so nice to see because, you know, he said, when I see Mitch, I see myself. I was like, oh. And Mitch was like, to have somebody out here that understands what I'm going through, it means so much to him. I was like, these little moments right here. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. But on the flip side of that, Chrissy pulls Cedric and Mitch aside. She pretty much like, Bianca gotta go. I just want y'all to know. Because Loggy got too many people together. If they make it back to merge, they're gonna stay strong and they're gonna pick us all off. So I don't care what she say, she gotta hit the door.
And I think this is a smart, like, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about this before. I was kind of expecting them to want to pull Bianca in one of the sides, but it makes sense to want to cut down Loggy because they seem so strong, so united. And I think before the swap, Bianca even said like she loves her tribe. And so once they merge back together, they know she's running right back over there. So I don't know. Props to Chrissy for wanting to get her out.
I mean, the logic makes sense, but in actuality, the tribe that Mitch and Chrissy came from had a lot more unity than I feel like is what was on the original Purple tribe.
But they don't know that though.
They don't know that. But I'm just saying it's kind of funny they're saying that, trying to convince Cedric of that.
It's okay. Hypocrites is fine. It's okay to be
hypocrite.
I'm
just saying is like, just like, as we see, does not always have the best critical thinking skills. So I just like wouldn't be too comfortable with all of that going forward. That's be something I try to keep in the back of my pocket because like I mean like we need to get rid of the numbers on both these sides because it's 6, 6, and 3.
Yeah. I guess too, but if you look at the dynamics, I think it would probably, based on the tribes, you would think on surface level, it'd be easier to get rid of Bianca on their tribe than it would be to get rid of a Loggy member on Byyyeee because it's 3-2. And then on the new Loggy tribe, who's all over there?
Loggy is
2 right? Yeah, so with Mary in the middle, so it'd be easier for them to take out Bianca as opposed to them getting rid of a Star, Ava, or Thomas, Shaheen, and Joe. So surface level looking, but
yeah, they're the only tribe that can do it. Surely they're the only one with an advantage over Loggy. Oh man, they'll be so shocked.
They are going to be thrown for a loop next week.
Is Bianca gonna cry? Oh my god,
maybe, possibly.
Unless she gone, but hey, your secret with no voters also gone, so you get to keep that for one more tribe. Tribal at least.
Shoot, a tribal council that you can't vote in.
When your faith is in danger. I hope it don't end up because I like Bianca. I hope she don't end up like with Justin's fate. Like no vote, can't protect yourself, can't offer nothing,
can't do nothing.
Just sit and duck. Because Bianca with a vote is dangerous for either pair. But Bianca without a vote is pretty meaningless.
Say better get to work.
So no, maybe go to work in these challenges to make sure they don't go to tribal council to the merge.
Facts.
Because I feel like she's in big danger. Because I feel like Say is gonna want to try to campaign to keep her and take out one of, take out Chrissy, and then she's gonna try to butt heads with Cedric, and Cedric probably gonna rat her out to the other two, and then they're gonna try to turn on Say. I
don't know. It sounds like she might want Cedric on. Because it was the clip when they was like, Cedric like, oh yeah, say that's my daughter, pretty much. That's my girl. All we got is loyalty. Cut to Say telling Bianca, yeah, can't trust Cedric. If he gotta go, he gotta go. Like, so I don't think she's gonna protect Cedric anymore.
I don't think she's gonna try to protect Cedric. I don't think it'd be the smartest move to gun for him next.
No, I don't think so either. Because he trusts.
And I think that she's aware of that she shouldn't get rid of him next. Mm-hmm. But she's warning Bianca, hey, girl, just know he ain't all the way down with it.
Yeah.
Shoot, it might end up being, we're all thinking Bianca would be in the middle, thinking that she has a vote. It might end up being Cedric in the middle, trying to decide between his new friend Mitch and Say. Like, what side?
Cedric in the middle.
Literally Cedric in the middle. So then we get over to the Loggy tribe with David. And he gets this huge montage. First of all, he lied last week because I thought he said he still had a relationship and he was just fighting.
Yeah, he definitely said he broke up, like they broken up. I'm like, what?
So that was together last week, right?
Right. Now they broke up.
What she said, like a ball or something, saying I'm breaking up with you or something. What the hell happened?
I know, tree mail.
Tree mail. Jeff like, hey, your girl, I saw her tweet or something.
By the way, but the producer like, listen, you ain't here for me, but your girl called the show. She wants you to know she had to go. Come on, bars.
Hey, he's still ready to win money for her though.
And he pretty much
I'm about to know.
I gotta win money to save my relationship. And I know they was kind of like, you got broken up because you ain't had nothing, and you gonna win something. The first thing you gonna do is go get her a ring.
Hey,
he thought they would eat that up.
They did though, because he was like, I have sisters. I'm used to take care of women, and Mary was like, well, I'm your sister too. Take care of me. Let me kick back my feet.
Mary is me. Listen, if you need somebody else to take her up.
Literally.
Listen, I am available, okay?
I ain't mad at it. I love it. And then we move to David explaining, because here go Eva still trying to get out Star. He's like, yeah, I know that's what she wants, but I don't want Star gone. I want Charity gone. And you have Charity going around telling people, oh yeah, me and David are good. We're good. Da, 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 X, Y, and Z. We're close. And he like, no. If we would have went to tribal, she was the one going home.
Everything's so backwards in this season. Everything is backwards, man.
Man, David is gonna miss everybody. Like literally, Charity was saying, like, oh yeah, we're perfect for each other. He's a perfect shield for me, and I can tell him what to do and what to think. Mm-hmm. You don't have him, Charity, and all the girls love him. Yeah. He was in the majority alliance on Old Siva. Mm-hmm. David's missed. I don't know.
David's one to watch, surprisingly so. His social game is top tier. I think he's going I feel like he's gonna make merge. I don't see a world in which he doesn't make the merge. And when he merges with the other guys, I feel like he's gonna have the bros and he's gonna have the girls, his former alliance. But I think he's gonna be well insulated. It's gonna take a lot to get him out of the game. But we'll see. We know how fast things can change in this game. So he wants Charity. He pretty much told Ava, girl, go have a seat. We ain't talking about Star right now. Let's talk about Charity.
Dismiss that.
I know she's punching the air. I know she was punching the air when he was like, nah, I want Charity. So then we get to the immunity challenge. Before we even begin, here come Byyyeee. They walk. Everybody, all the new tribes come. And Byyyeee, we ready, Jeff. Today is Byyyee's first win.
They had a pep talk. It was like, this how we gonna go in. You know what I'm saying? They banging on lockers. Like, I knew they really hyped themselves up.
They had a lead at one point. Shout out to them. First lead Byyyeee has had.
I never seen something manifest in reverse. I never seen that happen before.
Child, they went in there so confident. They talking about today will be the day that Byyyeee gets a win. We changing it up over here, Jeff. And I'm like,
they almost did. They had a lead because from what I recall, these past challenges, Byyyee's always been in dead last and never been able to catch up.
True.
So at least they slightly started turning the tide. Unfortunately, they still wiped out, but you know.
So they do the challenge. Yo, you want to explain the little challenge? Because you know I could skip right on over it, baby.
Challenge.
Yeah. So basically, this challenge is going through a whole bunch of crap to get puzzle pieces.
Mm-hmm.
They have to
the usual.
Sandbags over big
what
on top of it. Get sandbags. I do like this part where they have to throw the sandbag through like this little build-up, like Lego contraption thing. Throw it through there to get it land on the barrel. If you hit it, you have to like rebuild it. That's like, okay, nice little wrinkle there.
Mm-hmm.
Once you do that, you got to go dig up. You know, they like them digging. Dig up your last puzzle piece. They'll do assemble a temple puzzle, kind of like a 3-tier puzzle.
Mm-hmm. And
there's also playing for fruit.
That's a good prize to me. I don't know. I would enjoy fruit as a prize.
I mean, if I ain't ate none, yes.
It's a good prize.
But if I ain't ate, give me some steak and potatoes, fam.
The steak and potatoes come after because, like, you want the nutrition. Let's get some nutrition in there. Then let's fatten.
Steak is my nutrition.
Well,
no, I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna imagine that steak is. You have apple lasts around for a few days. That steak gonna be one day in, one day out.
Sacrifice I'm willing to make.
But man, crazy thing is, I don't know. I just thought about this. Fruits have so much sugar. Man, I know these people get cavities when they get out of there because you can't brush nothing. You can't brush nothing. I don't know.
Like, ain't nobody getting no cavity from biting into no watermelon and no apple.
That got sugars in it. I don't know. As far as I know,
they do got sugar, but I ain't never heard nobody get no cavity from eating pineapple.
Maybe.
You know what? Let's test it. You know what, Eric? Don't brush your teeth and eat a pineapple for 2 weeks.
Days.
Eric will cry.
I can't do that. He cannot do that. But I mean, for Survivor, I ain't got a choice, right?
Maybe.
And be rinsing out that salt water.
You know what? Hey, Eric, just slide a producer like a 20 or something. Just say, hey, have my toothbrush on deck.
Literally, out the mouth, but we rinse with some type of water. Well, it's the well water or the ocean water, we get in the rinse. And salt water is a good
The
rinse.
well water is probably better than the
salt. Salt is good to rinse your mouth out. You know, people rinse.
You know what? You do be rinsing your mouth with salt, like you know.
If you like had a sore mouth or like it was something they say gargle salt. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Salt water. Anyways, the challenge. So you tell them who won, Josh? Byyyeee, of course.
Yeah, so it started looking like Byyyeee was gonna pull ahead because, like I said, they was in the lead, but they got to that puzzle, and they started to let the three meatheads do it. Was all the Cali girls doing it?
No, Kyle was in it. It was Joe sat out as no. Did Joe sit out as well?
Well, it was two.
Joe or Shaheen?
They should have had Camilla up there.
Yeah, she had them on the sideline like a caller,
Camilla,
instead of being up there in the field. And eventually, it sounded like she was doing all right, but then they thought they had at one point. They said, "Jeff, check," and Jeff said, "Check again, try again."
Denied.
Yeah, so that leaves room for the team that looked like they was going to be in dead last. Lagi went for worst to first. They got to the puzzle well after everyone else had already been there, but they assembled it the fastest, so they won the immunity, and they get the biggest selection of the fruits and stuff.
Come on.
Followed by then the Orange Tribe, who came in second, sending Byyyeee, even under a completely different iteration, with completely brand new people. Back.
Get into these flops. I said this at this point, the tribe itself is just cursed. Byyyeee itself is a curse because they had new members, strong players, both mental and physical, and still lost. So at this point, it ain't even the players. I can't even fault Say Mary and Cedric and them because at this point, it's just Byyyeee. They beat that camp. Something is wrong.
It's cursed.
You're so
There's
right.
Something in the water.
Something in the water. Man, like this is so true in terms of thinking of sports too. There's so many sports franchises that are just known for never being good. Like the Cowboys. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna disrespect. Like the Cleveland Browns. Sorry, Tree. Sorry, I had to throw a little jab at Treese there. Like the Browns.
The Browns are who I think of too.
Yeah, they're just a team of sadness. They could get Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, and they're just a team of they won't escape the sadness.
They'll never be good, unfortunately. Is there a basketball team like that? I don't know basketball.
You know what? There's a few, not to the level of the Browns though. Like Clippers are always little brothers. Hornets are bad. Oh yeah, I'm messing with Josh's people. My bad, Josh. I'm throwing jabs at everyone.
Because I work there.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. NBA not as much. Maybe the Hornets, but
definitely Cleveland Browns. It's giving the Cleveland Browns for sure.
Yeah.
So they just can't win. The tribe itself. It ain't even the people no more. It's just the tribe. And you know, I don't feel bad about this because I was excited to see if Kyle and Camilla could pull off what they've been playing all night. So I was interested. I was on the edge of my seat. I'm like, okay. Because here go old Loggy. Here come the California girls trying to play good cop, bad cop, divide and conquer. They interviewing. So it's pretty much they were basically letting them know, like, it's one of y'all. So which one of y'all gonna give us enough information so we can decide on which one of y'all want to keep? Don't be using me as no pawn piece in game.
Listen, I know.
So you got me, you know, I'm thankfully they had the means to protect themselves because how boring would it have been if one of them leaked? Because it's just kind of like,
Very boring.
We see this so often in Survivor, but yeah, that's what happens when you have an idol that is somehow disappears from your bag when someone searches it.
And so before we get to the idol search, the bag search, because so they pull them aside and they're like, we need to know, like, what's the information? What can you give us? They was really hounding for it. They kind of showed their cards a little too much because it's like, now we know for sure that there is no way we're getting out of this without playing something. And then they were able to convene real quickly. I don't know how they caught 2 minutes to get together, but they was basically like, the consistency is pretty much they trying to tell me that they're doing you, they telling you that they're doing me, but it's kind of feeling like it may be you more so, Kyle, and that they trust you, Camilla, more. So I need you to go in there, girl. Keep going. Them acting chops. Even Shaheen even said at one point, he said, I believe that y'all really not working together. He said, but if y'all are, y'all's acting is incredible, but I don't believe that it is pretty much. And and I'm like,
dude, you sure right. I sure can't act.
The thing is, they made a mistake by grouping together all three of them at one time. So if you're three of y'all one over here, then what else they gonna do? Just be on different sides of the jungle?
Right.
Y'all could have just paired off and gone on one-on-ones together, and then like y'all spread your information like that, play a game of telephone. You two go talk and swap out, and then y'all swap in.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on them.
That part they didn't do that because they just knew they were going home. One of them was going home because then they had the nerve when Camilla sat down with Shaheen and Thomas. They were like, let's look in this bag. Let's get that bag. And Camilla was like, oh my God.
Bro, did y'all see her face? She said, like,
what was her heart rate?
I was looking at the bag, but you automatically, she can control her. She said, I know y'all looking at my friend bag. Like, I know that's exactly what she said in her head. Like, I know y'all are not. She wanted to snatch that bag.
She wanted to snatch it so bad. She wanted to.
I know her heart rate was going like 150 or something like that. What? Just like, oh, they're gonna find it. They're gonna find it.
And here's the kicker. So they're going through his bag, and she can't do nothing to stop it because she got to look like she with him. Because clearly, with them doing this, like Kyle mentioned later on, after she tells him, he's like, clearly they taking me out. So just keep doing what you're doing and making them believe it.
Yeah, that was proof enough.
Yeah. Right. So they look through it, can't find nothing. And Cheyenne was like, yeah, I didn't see anything. Nothing was down there. I didn't do a whole, real cavity search, but nothing came up. But then Thomas was like, let's look in his socks, look at his shoes. But then it was like, nah, it's good. We didn't find nothing. Whew. Thank God it didn't look, because the survivor spirit was trying to tell you, Thomas, the idol was in the shoe. Something was trying to tell him.
Man. But listen, if I was see, I'm glad that like she chilled and they didn't find it, because knowing me, I'd be like, wait, y'all look out, let me look, so I can be like, I pull out everything. I don't see nothing. Mm-hmm. That's what I would have did. Honestly, I would have been like, man, let me see what he got in there. But I'm glad she just like chilled and it worked out, because
that was a close call. Because if they found the idol or parchment paper or anything,
Camilla would have been out the door.
Gone.
Well, at the beach house, but at the house.
Ponderosa.
At the Ponderosa, yeah.
Because they would have split the vote. Probably in the event, maybe.
Well, they don't have to. If they found, I really don't think it would have been that screwed over. Because if he finds the idol with Camilla there, then Camilla now knows that like they're probably going to switch the vote on her. It probably would have muddied the vote, but I still think they would have had the savvy to be able to figure out who to play the idol on to keep her safe.
Yeah. I think it would have got a little bit. I think every single advantage would be gone if they fully searched. Where Kyle and Camilla would try to use their extra vote in case they try to split, and then Thomas would steal a vote in order
I
to.
forgot Thomas did have to steal a vote. That's right.
And he guarantee that they have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just to be safe. Yeah, you're right.
So one of them two would have went. Well,
it would have been messy either way.
Yeah.
They
would have gave us TV regardless, honestly.
Because if they find the fruit, they look good. So if they find the idol, that means Kyle is safe, right? So Kyle, unless they going under the assumption that Kyle won't use it, which you got to know he could potentially use it, right? So then it's like, Camilla, you can be looking at her like, so if he uses idol, y'all gonna vote me now that he's safe? So what's the plan?
Right.
What do we do?
And they would have got real quiet.
Mm-hmm. So that would have made it even more messier in the sense.
I really do feel like the California girls did themselves quite a disservice this episode, because they could have went and like not tipped either of them off which one they were doing.
Yep.
If you're in a majority, you don't really need to like win the favor of the one that stays, because they're kind of still going to be at your mercy the next time if y'all go back to tribal council.
Yep.
But I definitely think, as Camilla picked up on, that they were definitely leaning toward keeping her and voting out Kyle.
And searching that bag in front of her was all the chink, the rest of the chink the chink in the armor that she needed to secure the deal, because you wouldn't openly do this if you were not going to keep me. And you weren't, definitely coming for him. So that's all that they needed. And hubris was their undoing, because why, like you said, Josh, why even give them opportunity? Let them stew in it. Like, who is it going to be? So that way they could have pretended like they was going for Kyle and the whole time going for Camilla, and never would have known. He would have wasted his idol, flushed the idol out, even though they didn't even know it existed, because he would have had to play his regardless. And send her home, and she would have went home. So, unfortunately, that's not how it went.
In the words of Jose, scenarios.
Look, another thing for you, Survivor, if you're gonna be on Survivor, don't ever get too comfortable. Just because you have the numbers, don't mean you got the numbers.
Just because you got the numbers, don't mean you stand. Just because you got the numbers, don't mean you won't go home.
Don't get too comfortable out there on the island.
Don't ever trust them numbers. Is what it comes down to.
Oh my goodness! So pretty much, Kyle and Camilla give their swan songs at the tribal. They keep playing the game. They were committed to the bit, y'all. We connected by being Guyanese. We had so much in common, but we just didn't quite get our foot in the game. And this has been a wonderful experience, Jeff. These 9 days. If it's it, I just loved it. I can't say anything bad about these people. It's just been a great experience. Camilla pretty much echoes the same thing. She like, yeah, we didn't really like each other, but I liked him as a person. But we, on the game, we just didn't mesh. And so they still committed to the bit. They still believe in the lie. They've made the lie real. So much to the point that Jeff only asked them to. So 9 days. It's a long time, but it's far from 26, And pretty much he was like, since it's one of y'all, that's what y'all said. Pretty much. And that's what Lockie said too. They were like, even Thomas said it out of his mouth before they went to vote. He said, 9 days out here, Jeff. It's been a great amount of time, but unfortunately, it's gonna suck to take it away from one of these two people here. And he said, because I would hate to be in that position, because I've had a great time, but I don't want my torch snuffed. So for them, I don't want to be in that position to get my torch snuffed today.
Little do you know, Thomas, you're in that position.
They go vote.
Who?
Then Jeff is like, anybody got a hit? First of all, they played us. The editing, they held a little bit too long before they let Kyle speak. Because I'm like, Kyle, what are we doing?
I was like, boy, you don't get up.
Like, come on, somebody. And right, it's just the third. I don't know why he's talking about that's a long time. That's barely a week. 9 days is barely a week in Survivor. And Kyle finally jumped up. I'm like, whew, okay. I was getting nervous. I'm like, did something change? And I didn't.
I'm like, boy, if you don't get up and play that doggone.
Yeah. And so he goes, plays his idol, and they like, dang.
Another idol successfully played.
Another idol successfully played. Vote for any votes for Kyle will not count. First vote, Kyle does not count. Next vote, Kyle does not count. Other vote, Kyle does not count. Let's see. Fourth vote. Thomas. What is this? What? How many? What? Fourth person? This is the fourth person voted out of Survivor. Thomas. Shaheen.
Was that Shaheen that was sitting below?
Yeah, Shaheen was on.
Hold on. When they did I think it was like the third vote for Kyle. He turned and read it. He's like, "Hey, bro, this might be you going."
And Joe was
he didn't even think it was him. He was just like, "Hey, bro, it's probably you." I was tickled.
They can do nothing but look. What's the little girl off of Jimmy Neutron? What's her name? That little turn.
Oh, Libby.
Libby. That's what they was. Yeah. When that Thomas vote, they just we just got played. Thomas voted out. He was like, "Dang. Well, give me a hug," because they was all heartbroken. He had to break the ice. Just give me a hug. Well played. Brushed it off. Thomas is gone. Thomas and friends.
Man.
Out of here.
I don't know. I was excited to see Thomas, but end of the day, he got. It's not like he got screwed by the merge.
No,
he got outplayed.
Yeah, he got outplayed. I like Thomas though. I'm sad to see him go, but if a sacrifice had to be made, unfortunately, it had to be you, fam.
Yeah,
it had to be you.
Same.
I did like Thomas.
And what a fun sequence, though. I don't know that. I'll probably just stick with that. It being a fun moment for Kyle and Camilla to come on top of this.
They played this merge brilliantly from beginning, middle to end. That is how you play a tribe swap. That's how you do it. That is how you do it, people.
And I think it's even smarter because I don't think they end up using that extra vote.
Didn't, and now they got control.
And the extra smart thing is, I know for a second when Shaheen started looking through the bag, I'm like, oh, will the vote switch to him? And of course, it didn't end up switching to him.
Yeah.
But them taking out the steal a vote without knowing it is also saving them, because if they kept Thomas and he had to steal a vote, he steals a vote, and one of those two go home after all that work.
All that work will be for nothing.
And now they have the numbers advantage despite it being 2-2 with that extra vote.
Yeah. And at that point, it's like, y'all, they at yours. So it's like, so going in, do you be like, so what y'all want to do if they lose again? So like, so one of y'all going home because, one of y'all gonna have to play y'all shot in the dark, I guess. So that really would, but who? Which one will it be? Will it be both of y'all? Will y'all both lose y'all vote? And it don't really matter who we vote?
Did Camilla use the extra vote?
Nope.
He didn't, right?
She gave it to Kyle, I think, in case Camilla went home. It's like, hey, if I go home, here's my extra vote.
That's smart. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, they didn't use it. They still have that.
That's looking out for your allies, even if in the show game ain't in. Be like, listen, if I can't make it,
listen, one of my friends gonna get it. Okay, I know that.
And when you both survive, that strengthens that bond. It's like, hey, are those are really the only two that have voted and stood 10 toes down for each other?
Yeah.
In the most dangerous situation where they easily could have folded, like Eva.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're probably doing that before tribal council.
No.
I don't know if y'all are aware of the rules, but apparently once the votes are cast and the votes are revealed, they can't transfer no more things. So like if they want to try to pass, they got voted out with an idol. The idol's now voted out with them. They can't just go like, here's my idol. No, it's gone with them.
Right.
Also, I'll pull up the votes once we're done talking about this episode, and we can discuss the Survivor 50 votes. I know Mary's talking about it in the comments.
I didn't even know it was a vote. I'm so behind.
I'm cracking up. Can we pull up the draft, Trees? Pull up the draft. Who lost somebody?
All I'm gonna say,
unfortunately, nobody drafted Thomas.
So nobody drafted Thomas.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately.
Wow.
Wait, so we might not lose a draft. The audience might not win a draft this time. Let's go.
Who else didn't? I'm about to go back and look and see who else.
Let me see. I can quickly. It's Bianca. It's Bianca.
Is it Bianca?
Yeah,
okay. So once Bianca leave, then somebody gonna win. Because there has been a time where the one person we didn't draft.
It was Erica. Erica, nobody drafted.
Oh yeah,
Erica,
it was right.
And that means I won that draft.
So I
was in the audience, and the audience won that draft. So I won. I got a share of the win.
Mary talking about go and vote correctly. I am screaming.
Man.
Pull up the vote, Eli.
I got you.
That's all we got for the recap, y'all. Great episode.
The only thing I did see, next week, Say look like she in trouble. I'm nervous for my girl.
Because it's Mitch.
And I think,
because Mitch was like, she's causing chaos. You gotta go.
Yes, and I think it was Rox that said it looked like Mary was helping Star with the idol. So another idol play for my girl. I would,
Wait, who was helping Star? Because Mary on the other tribe. Mary is on that tribe. Mary? No, she on that tribe. You're right.
Mary, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. But man, screw Survivor 48. Let's get on to Survivor 50, where Say's gonna be on and win. Maybe. So yeah, there's 3 different things to vote for this set. And first is the Final 4 challenge. One, I believe that's Ben in option A. Right? Was that the challenge from? I don't know. All I know is I love option C in terms of the ball that rolls around and it switches hands each time.
I hate it.
I love that challenge. One of my favorite competitions.
But I would hate
as a player. Look, as a player,
want to do it. Oh, that's so much. That's so stressful though. I'd be shaking. Fun is to watch. Just anticipation of anyone can lose at any moment. Love competitions.
Great to watch, but not.
Don't give me a relay race like option B. And I'm assuming this is ending in the fish puzzle. We have enough. We have enough of those. I'm tired of puzzles. Just give me one in turns.
Yes. I mean, option A. That's the where they got to throw the ball up and you got to come down and get into the right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to throw the ball up through the little plinko kind of wood thing while also trying to build a puzzle at the same time. And if it drops you,
I'm tired of puzzles.
See. That is an interesting concept. Though. I don't know. I do like it.
C. It's like a mixture of the puzzle from B, but the idea if you drop your ball, if your piece fall before you catch it, of C. That's kind of like what it is. It's
A is a combination of B and C.
Yeah. So lucky harder.
But still, I'm choosing C. I don't care. Y'all could yell at a wall.
Mary, what you think the right answer is, Miss?
Shoot, Deborah, I feel like Mary doesn't care about that first option. This next one and potentially the third one are more important. How many advantages do you guys want? Do you guys want minimal advantages? Just a decent amount, a normal amount, or dynamic where there's so much advantages and we have tribal councils where only 2 people can vote and it ends in a tie? What do y'all want?
Ooh,
I love how they be
dynamic. I'm going with dynamic.
That's what they want you to choose. They want
you. That is what
I know you, Mary. Mary, I know you.
Oh, okay. We see some link in here. So dynamic power. They say I want to amplify the impact and fun of advantages, so they offer enough power to shake up the game, so that even the players on the bottom have a fighting chance. That's what y'all want, and we got to do the opposite of what production want, which is minimal power.
I would go. You want minimal? I would go strategic, just because I think they're gonna do way too much with dynamic and not enough with minimal. Dynamic is the one I would really honestly want to choose. And I only say because I would use it for 50 is because these are players that have played before and they have witnessed when powers go unused or they're used wrong. So we're hoping that they would play better. So the dynamic would in return be more fun and more entertaining to see. But I'm just going to meet in the middle and I would pick strategic, which is why I would do that.
Josh, you have any thoughts on either you like more advantages, less, or more powerful advantages?
I don't know. I just want to see
an option for 0.
Try to do something different. I know that in the past they probably had some advantages that they were playing and flopped. So I would like to see. I don't know what category this would fall under, but I want to see I want to see another safety without power. We haven't seen one come of it. I want to see the even though it's flopped, I feel like on season 50, I feel like someone's got to know how to use the knowledge as power advantage.
Yes. Yeah.
I just feel like one more time. Can we try this one more time?
One more time. And if it don't work, wrap it up.
See, my one fear on a returning season with having minimal power is that, of course, we all know pre-gaming is going to happen. So will it just be a march to the, people already have their set boot order? All right, Shannon, gosh dang, say they already know that they're ending up in final 2, and we know it as an audience. And the powers do shift that up if someone's an underdog and not in that. But at the same time, I'd hope that the new era cast aren't just gonna march to
all
the
they
end.
need are immunity idols. That's all that we need to see is immunity idols. That's all we need.
Can we do immunity idols in 2 powers?
All I know is, man, we should
no
do
more journeys though. No more.
I was just about to say we should do a journey where it's a 50-50 if you have a vote or not, and you don't even choose if you can play or not. So that's all I got to say on that. And finally, do we want tribe switches?
Yes. Easy.
Sure. I bet you I know what they didn't put. Do we want 2 tribes or 3 tribes? I know they ain't.
No, that was last voting cycle.
Oh, that was last week.
Oh, there were other votes.
The last voting cycle.
Dang, I ain't turned my homework in.
Last voting cycle was colors. I forget the second one, and I think it was do you want 3 tribes or 2 tribes?
Something about the fire making too, I think.
Oh yeah, that's for the fire making or just a final 4 votes.
Final 4 votes.
Mary.
Don't start on me, Mary. I said minimal power, baby. I said minimal.
No, medium.
Side eye then. I said minimal. Thank you.
But we want tribe switches. We don't want tribe unity going into the merge.
No, I don't want no unity. Break it up.
This is my face.
Mingle
See,
a little.
My favorite part about tribe switches, and I think we'll see this next episode, man, no one cared that Justin went home. No one cared that Stephanie went home when they walk in. Man,
you know what? They didn't bring them up. They're like, who?
Man, gosh dang, Bula walking in without Thomas, that's going to cause commotion because they're tribe switching and people actually know each other.
Yep. Yeah.
They tried to do that with journeys at first.
They're going to be trying to figure out how did they get Thomas out of this game.
That'll be
3-2. How? So they're going to either know that either they turned, Lockie turned, or there was an advantage play. So.
All right. Well, so I got to put in my email. I'm not doing that. Just know, y'all know how I'm voting. I'm voting the correct way. All right, Mary.
But, no, I'm voting the correct way.
Well, y'all.
Anywho,
interesting episode. Another great tribal council. The tribal council are eating.
So far,
even with the first ones that didn't have much going on in terms of tricks and things coming out, but just say
being in tribal.
Yeah, say being in tribal has just fed us for the first 3 weeks anyway. So, but I'm glad let's keep it up. Let's keep the momentum. Who we want to like? Is there anybody we want to see in tribal next? Like another tribe,
Eva.
Oh,
what tribe she on?
She's still on Logie, so yes.
Are they gonna talk smack? Are Star and Eva gonna talk smack during tribal? I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't. Which
I bet Eva gonna say something slick about Star, and then Star gonna respond, and then Eva gonna try to play the victim.
No, look, this was gonna happen. This is what I want to happen, right? Eva say something slick to Mary about Star. Mary like, you know what? I'm not really even fooling with Star like that, but I don't like that. So then that's when she go talk to Star. I was like, girl, let me tell you what Eva was saying. And then that's when Star say, girl, I got an idol, but I ain't figured it out yet. She's like, bet, let me help you, girl. And then she ended up helping her. And then bam, then they go to tribal council. They lose on purpose. No, I don't like that. Lose on purpose. They lose. Then they go to tribal council and everybody say, Star, Star, Star. And then Star, knowing, nah, I'm good, keeps her idol. And then they flip it and send Eva home.
Hey,
I just wrote the episode for y'all. Y'all ain't even got to show it.
I'm about to say that'd be cinema. That'd be number 5 episode in a row going well.
Yes,
that's what I would like.
Eva needs to go home. I want her gone.
Free jury. I do not want to see her on the jury.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
Yes.
But the Joe and Eva reunion. Joe's gonna be so sad.
I don't care. Joe is already sad now. He lost Thomas. Let Joe continue to be sad. I don't care.
Joe's making it to the end, man. He wasn't even considered to go. That
is funny. He's one with a great social game too to watch for sure. But y'all, we've been here too long. Thank y'all for tuning in. Those who were in the chat, we appreciate it as always. Y'all have been wonderful. Thanks for kicking it with your favorite group chat and favorite podcast. But before we get out of here, y'all know y'all need to go on over to YouTube and subscribe to Who All Gonna Be There podcast and turn on those notifications. And then go ahead and follow us on the Twitters and the IG at Who All There. Turn on those notifications as well so you never miss when we got something coming out. And if you're listening, make sure you give us 5-star reviews and tell us how much you love us and what more you want to see and hear from us about. Until next time, next week. Bye.
Oh, my birthday Sunday. Don't forget.
Bye.
So the next time y'all see me, I will be 26.
Who's pressing the end button?
All right, bye y'all.